welcome to Friday Night Live, the eve of the gun deer season in Wisconsin and the weekend of the border battle. The Queens are coming to Lambeau on Sunday, and who the hell knows what's going to happen. But we're ready, hopefully. Hopefully you're ready. Hopefully you're ready to kick this weekend off and have a good time. And let's do that right now. So, oh, jeez. Sorry. It would help to get the microphone near my face. This is what happens. I'm a little rattled this evening. So anyway, what I was saying, if you didn't hear me, gun deer season, border battle, Vikings, Queens coming to town. Let's kick off Friday night. Cheers. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me now? Can you see me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, yes. All right. So let's see. Who is hunting this weekend in Wisconsin? I don't know how many Wisconsinites we have in here. But anyway, Rick's Outdoors, good evening. Let's see. Tim and Old Saws is here. American Country, Ryan Bender, good evening. 262 Dave, what is going on? Rogala is here as well. And the Adirondack Woodsman. What is happening out east? How was everyone's Friday for the weather? We had a pretty nice day here in Wisconsin. I don't know if the tundra is going to be frozen come Sunday or not. But either way, yeah, it's a big weekend. It used to always be the opening weekend of deer season. It would be the Packer Vikings game. And then for a few years, it kind of seemed to not line up that way. But this year it does. And I believe it's also this year Packers Lions on Thanksgiving. So yeah, all kinds of stuff. If you're into the NFL, I don't know how many people watch football. 80 degrees down there in Rick's Outdoors Woodyard. Tundra is 48. Yeah, it's a little thawed out. A little thawed. The almost frozen tundra. Slick Willie, good evening. If you do have, I don't know if I'm missing any questions or not. I'm kind of flying by the chat's kind of flying by, and I got my window kind of scrunched down up there on the top of the screen. Mark Wakeland, good evening. Daniel Atkins. The record traffic here in Los Angeles still blows. I am sure it does. What is it out there? Just getting done with rush hour? Ken Wilkinson, watching over on Facebook. Good evening. What? Tony Woods, how are you doing? Watching Allen Family Firewood. He was log holder. I have not seen that. I will have to maybe check that out. Oh, and Gringo's Pines is here. Good evening, Gringo. The Southwest Woodhound. You guys were getting, was it last week you were getting all kinds of rain down there? It's supposed to be even warmer tomorrow, which is it's going to make for a nice day here in the Woodyard. Lee Carter, good evening. Black Friday and Christmas is coming. Yes. The mini firewood inventory is looking good. There will be some Black Friday deals to be had next week. If you want early access, let me know. There are online right now, there's a few 5 tabletop fire pits available. But if you want to wait for the discount next Friday, you can go ahead. But otherwise, maybe I can give you an early access pass. I'm going to do something a little different this year. I'm going to let you decide. You're going to have 3 options for which discount you want. Do you want 10% off, 15% off, or 20% off? There's going to be a code for each one, and you can use whatever one you want, because we can't decide here. The marketing department all day has been beating our heads together trying to figure out which one would be best. And then we just said, you know what? Let's just offer all 3 and let them decide which one they want to use. I don't know. Which one do you think you'd want to use? 10%, 15%, or 20% off? Which one would you use if you were buying some mini firewood or a tabletop fire pit or a t-shirt? Or, hang on, we got a coin that just came down. We got to bring the ladies out for the first time tonight. American Country, TGI. I think F. I think you forgot the F. But nonetheless, cheers. Thank you very much. Oh, is that music? Is my music off now? I don't have my mic set. My music's probably not right. Oh, everything is... But hey, that's what happens. This is what happens when you're live. You just got to roll with whatever goes on. And now I'm way behind. You cannot enter all 3. You got to pick one. But if you wanted to, you could make 3 separate purchases and pick one of each on each of separate purchases. Oh. Miller, Stumps, and Firewood. How are things down south? Down there in southern Illinois. The Alaska Woodyard is here. How are things up north? How are things way up there? Are you guys what are you down to now? Like, do you get daylight still? Couple hours during the day? Like, I thought I saw there's some town up in northern Alaska that last Tuesday when the sun set, they wouldn't see it now for like another 2 months or something. Maybe not. Maybe that was just a spoof on some video I saw online. Oh no, Craig's Courage to Coles. It's whatever item you want. You can pick your own discount. See, I'm all about giving you the choice. You can pick whatever you want, and then if you want 10% off, you put in 10 off. If you want 15, you put 15 off. If you want 20, you put 20 off. But like I was discussing with Steve at sawsuppliers.com, some people, they just don't want to save money. So maybe some people would only put in 10% off, 10 off. Somebody might use 20 off, but maybe people won't even use any. They'll just, it won't matter. Bill Irwin, good evening. And the Yorkwoods is here. All right, and Brett's here from Foothills Firewood. Yeah, Jason, I don't know what's going on. Again, things are goofy. It was like, I don't know when it changed, but the names display differently, and sometimes it displays correctly. I don't know. Just don't know. This discount code will not work. Unfortunately, Broken Old Swede. Old Guy Firewood. Hey, Old Guy Firewood. I think I'm gonna have to give you a call tomorrow. I got something to discuss. I went back through and was reading some chat messages, and I saw you say something, so I need to talk to you about it. So, not to be too cryptic here, and if we choose a less percent off, is that like leaving a tip? Well, sure, if you want, yeah, you can do that. Like I said, some people might not want any discount. I am leaving that up to you. So, are you deer hunting in your wood yard tomorrow? I will be in the wood yard, but I will not be hunting any of the deer. They will probably all come and huddle around because I'll have the camera out, and when they see that tripod, I don't know what it is, but they follow me around, they track me down. But yeah, no hunting. I can't even hunt, actually. We have, I don't think, it's only, you can only bow hunt, and that's if your lot is 7 acres or larger. So yeah, there's no hunting around here. If you ask for 25% off, will the price go up to 15%? No, it's just the codes are 10 off, 15 off, 20 off. Oh, Broken Old Swede, that's nothing. That was, what was it the other day? There was only 5. Usually there's, once we get snow and then they all start kind of herding up. I think the most has been like 15 at one time. What? You only need 2 acres? When did that change? But not for, you don't need, not for gun hunting. You can't gun hunt. Corey Riley. Oh my goodness. How are you doing, my friend? The Crown Royal is running great. It's we've only had a few really, well, not really cold. We've gotten down like into the low 20s. So like we haven't had any of the, like I'm waiting for like the day in maybe December, maybe January, where it's going to be like single digits all day long, all night long. Then we'll see how, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to make that much difference. Because with the Woodmaster, I think that one time I did something, I think it was pretty cold, and I counted how many pieces I put in, and I was only averaging like 1 or 2 pieces an hour that it burned. So, but the firebox is a little smaller on the Crown Royal, so I don't know if I completely fill it up, it will have the same amount of wood as the Woodmaster. I don't think I think the Woodmaster would held a little bit more. The Alaska Woodyard's out of Crown Royal. Yeah, Yadkin Valley. Yeah, it's from what I've been seeing, a lot of people are sold out or close to sold out for firewood. Oh, we got another coin in the cup. Let's bring them out, especially for this guy right here. Marlon. Hey, I saw you take a drink before the live stream started. Is that allowed? Cheers. Yes. Well, you know, I gotta make sure I'm ready to speak. My throat is moist. Thank you very much, Marlon. Cheers. Whoa. Whoa. Almost spilt my drink right there. Jeez. We have 27 cores left out of 170. Whew. Do you get Crown Royal? I do not. I did not get any Crown Royal. But I forgot about the fact that do I have it in here? Somewhere. I have some Crown Royal hats that they gave me that next Friday will be up for grabs, along with the Milwaukee hat and a tumbler, and there's going to be a couple other things. So, yeah, next Friday, Black Friday, is going to be, there's going to be a couple fun little giveaways to start the whole push to the end of the year. The purple Crown Royal, the purple bag Crown Royal is moving from Canada to the U.S. Are they? I did not know that. I have not. I've never been much of a Crown Royal drinker. It's a little too strong for me. When 3 drops of rum will do, you can't be messing around with something like Crown Royal. You can guess all you want, but it won't matter. There might be a new range of numbers, like between what it used to be, between something else and something else. It might be a different range. I don't know. But yeah, throw your guess in the chat if you want now, and remember what it is for next week. They are moving to the U.S. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, well, that could be because, well, I thought though that like all the bourbon distilleries were like having trouble. Three eye drops worth in the buy glass. That's right. You can't be putting anything too strong. If I'm gonna drink something, where is that glass? If I have to drink any bourbon, then I have to be professional and have a glass like this. You know, otherwise, how does Brad drink his? He's got like his one finger down here. You gotta put, yeah, there. That's the grip. The firewood at the furnace grip. You got your middle finger and your thumb touching, and then you got this little finger here, and then you got to wave this one around. That's the Brad grip. I do have some Knob Creek. That might be the winning number. I don't know. Old guy firewood. Anyway, what was I just saying? Oh yeah, Knob Creek. I still have some of that left, but yeah, that stuff is really. Oh, yeah, that stuff doesn't mix well. Crown Royal isn't bourbon; it's whiskey. Well, isn't that the same thing? I no, that's right. It's not. What is it? All isn't it all whiskey is bourbon, but not all bourbon is whiskey, or something like that? I don't know. Anytime you have sayings like that, then it's like I just have to stick with rum. The Southern Shot Glass. This thing right here. I actually have a smaller version than this. The mini. I have the mini. Whatever. What is this called? Glencairn. I have a mini one of these. I gotta find that too. I might have to break that out next week. The other way around. All. What did I say? All bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. All bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. Oh, okay. We'll see. That, yeah. I don't know. All bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. We got Mr. Backwoods Distillery, Bill Irwin here. Moonshine Bill. Bourbon has to be 51% corn. Ah. Yeah, I see. These are the things. I don't know. All bourbon is a type of whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. Yeah, this is just. That is. Jim Miller over on Facebook was giving me the info here about the 51% corn in its mash and aged in new charred oak barrels. And does it matter? Like, which one is it that is there a certain one you're not supposed to mix and the other one you can mix? Like, you only mix whiskey with something and you only drink bourbon straight? And it has to be aged in charred American white oak barrels. There you go. This is all I remember growing up. Oh, there was something I did see about that. Something with the barrels. Or I don't even. It was another video I saw. The Wise Charles Firewood. How are you doing? I would tend to agree with this. That depending on how many drinks you have, it probably changes. All mini firewood is firewood, but not all firewood is mini firewood. There we go. Now that is something I liked. That's a good one. Oh yes. All mini firewood is firewood, but not all firewood is mini firewood. The barrels are only I knew the barrels are only used once. But then doesn't it have to like sit in the barrel for years and years and years? There was, I thought, hang on. Oh, there was the question. Did you look at Portage and Main when shopping for a new boiler? Yes. And I don't know if they just, I think the size was pretty much the same as the Woodmaster, and I kind of wanted something not as big. But I did look at them. And I know they have a pretty good reputation out there. A lot of people that have them like those boilers. I think I mean, there's just, I think, little differences between, from one brand to the other. Just slight variations of things. Like the one thing I really like with the Crown Royal is, the simplicity of cleaning out the ashes. Like I don't have to actually open the firebox up and have the smoke rolling out and to clean out the ashes. Like I can just pull out the tray in the bottom, dump them in a barrel, put the tray back in, I'm done. So like that's one nice thing with the Crown Royal I've noticed. And then, the other stuff is just kind of, I like that if there's two blowers, it does seem to bring the water temp back up quick. So that's nice. But yeah, I think I think the with the advancements in technology, I think all boilers are kind of, at that same, they're all increasing efficiency, they're all burning better. The Wood Guy, have you contemplated building a bigger kiln? Not yet. Just because I like the fact that I can get through a full cycle. Well, depending on the temp outside might make a difference, but usually it's around like 3 to 4 hours start to finish. And I think if I had a bigger kiln, it would end up taking longer just to get everything up to temp, and then it would, I don't know. And I think I would have I think if I had a tote size, like an IBC tote size, I don't know. I just think it would be tough to get like the bottom hot enough compared to the top. I know they do it with IBC totes of like normal size firewood, but I don't know with the mini. Plus, I think putting a full tote of mini firewood in would be more work getting it out and then like taking everything out of the tote. So if I had one like bigger, I don't know if you mean like the way this one is set up with like the baskets, if I had like maybe 4 trays instead of 2, that might be nice, but right, it would take longer, but the challenge with mine is that you have to manually like keep an eye on your temperature. So if I had a bigger one, I would need to have something that was like had a thermostat to control the temp. Because like if I, for whatever reason, walk away and the fire gets too hot inside that barrel stove and the inside temp starts rising up, I did find out that the wood inside the baskets will start on fire or will start charring if it gets too hot. So I would need, if I got a bigger one, I would want it to have a thermostat control somehow temp. And then it might get a little too complicated, and the more complicated it gets, the more money it would cost. Yes. I'm glad I'm not the only one. And I don't know what it is. That's the whole thing. Is like sometimes if you put it on, there's the cap like does like a half turn. If you put it on the wrong way and you turn it and you do that half turn, when you push it down, it will like lift the whole cap up a little bit. Yeah, it's I don't know. But man, and I don't know how bad it is to have run the saw for 15 minutes with no bar lube in the tank or going on the chain. So I don't know, does that screw up your bar on your chainsaw? Is that is my bar now completely destroyed because I ran my chain for 15, 20 minutes without any bar lube? I saw another. Maybe all this bourbon talk. Uncle Denden. I don't know if the grates will need to be replaced or not. I know they can be if you need them to be, but I'm hoping I won't need them to be. But it is like I still haven't built up a thick bed of like ash above those grates. So when the blower's going, like, the coals are burning real bright and they're right on those grates. So I don't know how hot that would be. If it's going to damage those grates or not. Hey, we got to bring out the ladies. Oh my goodness, we are into Rick's Outdoors. Bottom of the hour. Cheers. Thank you very much. Time to refill. Grab a couple balls. Some ice balls here. All right. Yeah. It. We'll see. I'll have to check it and see. I was just like I looked everywhere, and then I just got the idea out there. I'm like, you know what? I'll just go watch the footage, and luckily, I was able to see it on the clip where it just dropped right down, and that was like pretty early. That was like on my second cut, so I cut everything else up without any bar lube. No lube, running dry. Yeah, the kiln is strictly just for, I mean, I could use it for drying, but I strictly just use it for heat treating. And that's why it only takes 3 to 4 hours. If I was drying it, I would probably need to run it for, I don't know. I don't even know how long it would take. But again, I don't, you have to keep like loading wood in. So it's not like one of those kilns like Matt Trees to Firewood has, where like I think everything is thermostat controlled, and when it needs more heat, it gets heat from his boiler, and then when everything heats up to a certain temp, it shuts off. So like with that one, it's just a fire burning inside a barrel stove on the bottom. And so if I got to add a little wood, then I got to damper it down if it gets too hot. Yeah, see, my cap, Wise Choice, it has that little string, but then that also came off of the gimmick on the inside that's supposed to prevent the cap from falling and being lost. So I like got two things wrong with that cap. That is, and I don't know how to reattach. I don't even know if you can reattach that little safety string to the whatever they call it. Yeah, it's lovely. And I it looked like the thing was on there just fine. And so I don't know what happened. But yeah, with the if I had a different way of, like, if I wanted to dry the wood, even though it's small like that, it would probably still take, I don't know, maybe a day, like all running all day overnight. That's why usually what I do is I season everything naturally, and then once it's dry, I just put it in the kiln to heat treat it. Just stick your finger down in there and pull it back. But there's, I don't know, there's like nothing for it to attach to. That's what I don't know. But maybe I'll have to do that. Or maybe you're just trolling me and you think that I'll be sitting out there twirling my finger inside. So if your kiln is only for heat treating, what is your moisture content when you're road? Well, yeah. So usually I have it dry ahead of time. So it's dried down to, I don't know, 15, 14. Um, so it's dry when it goes in, and then it's in there for 4 hours. So even if it, that will dry it a little bit more if needed. But yeah, for the most part, it's dry, ready to go. I do have a couple times though where I will, like with that maple that I put right in after I split it. So then that stuff I will bring inside, and then once it's heat treated, if it's stored inside, so you could store it inside and then season it naturally, let it just dry on its own. So I have done that as well. See, okay, so this is the so I refueled, I put the bar lube in, I filled that up, and then I put the saw down on the sorting table of the Wolf Ridge. And then I went and I came back into the house, I think. I don't know, I was doing something. Anyway, so that's when I noticed the cap was gone, I looked on the Wolf Ridge and there was oil all over the sorting table bars and down on the ground. So I think most of the freaking tank was already run out by the time I started cutting, and that's why I didn't have anything on my, like, nothing spilled out and ran down on my chaps or anything. So the tank was pretty much dry, run dry the before I started. Nope. Not just because those pieces are so small, it's not too much of a problem. And it doesn't get, like I said, I try to keep the temp between 200 and 225, right in that range. And then the wood, once it's usually it gets about to 150, 160 internal. And so I don't know if in 3 hours if it would case harden or not. Glowing Firewood 50. I just thought I would make sure that you could see everything going on here. And it's the border battle weekend. The Queens are coming to Lambeau on Sunday. So I had to wear the G. Probably should move that down then. Okay, what is this now? It works like a Chinese finger trap. Oh, yeah, because I have a lot of experience with those. Put the string in the slot and pull it up till the ball on the end seats in the spot. Is this like a poem? Put the string in the slot and pull it up until the ball hits the spot. I'll give it a try. Put the string in the slot and pull up. But how do I find the slot? But that still doesn't solve the problem of it popping off and opening up. That would just solve the problem of me not losing it again. Oh. The oiler pump is still working. So I could have, I may have damaged the oiler pump. If there was no oil to pump. Oh, great. Did I kiln dry any of the maple with the mold? Nope. I didn't even bother. Because, I mean, I don't think the mold would have went away. And I don't know. It would probably just bake it in. Oh, so you are being serious for once. Okay, the slot is just inside the cap hole. Yeah, see, I don't know. Because I always thought it was on. There's like this little gimmick that is like a T that like floats around in there, like at the end of the string. So I don't know unless that's just on the fuel cap. Because I thought there was something attached to the end of that string that like floated around inside. Go grab the chainsaw. Should we do this right now? The slot is in there. All right. Hang on. Let me see if Amanda's downstairs. Although she won't know which saw to bring up here. The slot is in there. All right. Um, All right. Well, hang on. Uh, you're gonna have to stick. You're gonna have to stick with me, or you're gonna have to sit here alone, unsupervised, for a minute or two. All right. I I will go get it. Hang on. Hang tight. Everyone, keep an eye on each other. I have a feeling I'm about to get punked. All right. How am I gonna do this? Hmm. Hang on. All right. Hang on. Let's see here. What time did you say? Some music. Hey, whoa, we gotta bring out glowing firewood. Sorry, I didn't even think about that. All right. Frickin' Jeep is here. We're sticking our fingers in holes. So you're saying what time? What if I'm looking at it this way? You're saying it's at 7 o'clock. Hmm. Oh, wait a minute. I think I see it. Oh, hang on. What the hell? I think I got it in. But now it feels like if I pull on this, it's going to break. Oh, maybe it's all the way up. What the hell? Is that all there is to it? This is what happens when you're a hobbyist. You don't know these things. I think it's in. Son of a gun. Yeah, she's it looks like it's staying in there. I don't know. All right, let's see here if I can. Ah. Now. Yes, I think. Geez, that's not very. It doesn't seem like it's gonna. It seems like it's just gonna slide right back down there. Maybe not. Timon, how you doing? All right. Is it the same thing on the fuel side? Because my fuel cap comes off as well. Ah, there it is. That we will have to do tomorrow. Now my hands are a little slimy. What is Tuesday, Timon? Yeah, I don't think the ball is wore out. It just felt like it wasn't. It didn't feel like it seated down in that little slot very tight, or it didn't like pull up and lock, or I don't know. All right. Well, may the oil cap never end up on the ground again. Cheers. Thank you very much, Wayne and everyone, for all that support. Whew. Now I gotta deal with the smell of bar lube. Bar lube fingers. If the ball is wore out, you can get another one. Another like another cap. Because I looked. It was my first time. You just witnessed me losing. I'm no longer a lube cap ball in slot virgin any longer. What kind of bar oil are you running? That's the other thing. I'm gonna have to switch to the blue jug, the winter blend, because I just use the gray steel. Is it the steel premium? But yeah, it's probably tomorrow. Well, I don't know if I'll be running it tomorrow, but now that it's getting cooler out, I probably will have to get my blue jug. Oh, this would be huge if I did. If I could maintain that status, it's a much better. It pays a lot better. The CPM is much higher for instructional. Yes, it is definitely but with these caps, when that little half turn thing, it can be it can look like it's in and it's on, and then it's not. $76. Ooh, man, I get a lot of comments about us keeping the house at 70. Well, what was that? Oh, with your stove. Yeah, that's in your. Yeah, 74, I was getting a lot of comments. Wild Bill. All right. Well, that's good. That is good because I mean, I wasn't too worried. I was a little worried, but then when I thought about it, the fact that, you know, that saw, the power that that saw has cutting silver maple, it probably didn't really, it probably wasn't stressed too much anyway. How's the hot tub doing? We don't have a hot tub. You mean the sauna? They picked that up on Sunday. I only had it for a week. Only had it for a week, and it was definitely nice. Definitely nice. I am now on the hunt for another one. I got brand new saws that leak oil. Oh, I thought that was going to be. I almost said in the video, if I can't find this cap, that's probably it. I'm gonna have to get a different saw. I'm gonna have to get a new one. I'm gonna probably have to get a new one, replace it. I will say what though, this. Whew. There's still a little oil left in that tank, so firewood in the field. Good night. Have a good weekend. Richard, yeah, it was. The reason I didn't have that is because I had set that saw down and it all leaked out before I even started running. There was one little, like in the video I slowed it down, there's like one little stream of oil that came down, but it missed my leg. Wise choice, firewood. Have a good weekend. American country, you do the same. Yeah, if anyone's going out hunting here in Wisconsin, I think is Wisconsin the only, maybe there's other places that have opening weekend tomorrow, but good luck. Good luck chasing the whitetail. Put some brown down on the ground. And yeah, and then we got Packer Vikings Sunday. Gonna be a wild weekend. Yeah, they're probably. I probably should have looked at that. I just thought it was like, because of when I was looking for replacement caps online, I saw caps that had that. It was like this. It looked like when you, a little plastic like T that when you push it through the hole, it would expand and then not, you weren't able to pull it back out again. So that's what I thought was down inside there. But apparently not. I had the lights on and I needed an extra light. I needed an extra light down in the hole to find it. Wayne, have a good weekend. And yes, enjoy your holiday next week, Thanksgiving. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks again for the tech support, the service report support here. Oh, rifle season is in PA tomorrow. Oh yeah, I couldn't. Well, the other thing is that none of them. I couldn't find any that said they were specifically for the 500. And so then when I started reading, like someone would say, they would list out like MS, 260, this, but they wouldn't have 500. And then I would go down to the reviews, and they would say, this cap doesn't fit. This is made for like the steel weed trimmers or something. So yeah, I was like very leery about buying another cap. Timon next week. My special day is next week. Oh boy. Well, I reached out to Steve at Saw Suppliers, but he didn't have any steel parts yet. Like he doesn't get parts from steel yet. They're in the process of getting that. So he offered to take one off of one of the saws they had. And I don't know if all the caps are the same for every saw. I would think they would be, but I don't know. Like, is the cap that's on the 500i the same cap that's on the 462, the 400, the 880, the 660, the 362, whatever, all that? Are they all the same? I don't know. Oh, we are in overtime. Alaska Woodyard. Speaking of all these videos I've been seeing, I saw a video, I think it was in Canada though. But there were two bull moose fighting like out on the road, and one of the troopers like had stopped traffic, and the moose ended up working their way over by the car, and they ended up pushing against the state trooper's squad car and like pushed it off the road. And I don't think it was AI. I think it was actually real. But it was crazy, like how big those things are compared to the next to that squad car. Whew. Large base saws are the same. Same caps on my 881. Well, that's good. At least they. Oh, so somebody else saw that. Yeah, they pushed the car down in the ditch. Freaking crazy. WD-30. What is going on? A little late, not too bad. 4 minutes in overtime. We still got a little bit of time here to hang out. It's been a big night. What would you call that? Re-slotted the ball on my oil cap into the slot inside the tank just a little bit ago. Fingers in the tank. Found the slot, stuck it in, pulled it up, And now my oil cap should not fall off anymore. Oh, it was something, man. I didn't think that they were actually serious, and then turns out little maintenance, little repair, or not well, I guess repair. And there's log cabin firewood. What is happening, Captain Jack? I saw your little video about your something going on inside your reaction chamber, or not going on or not going on with your smokeless fire. Yeah, things got a little well, it's actually a little sticky, a little slippery and sticky. Slip and slide. WD-30, the CDL training is going very well. Pre-trip is going well as well. I'm so ready to be back recording. Well, that's good. It's good you're in the home stretch. Kike, is that how you say it? Kike? Out in Washington? Good evening. It's always interesting to see how many, let me just see here, how many people, yeah, on Facebook, there's usually not very many. Only, what do we got here? Yeah, we were doing all kinds of stuff. WD-30. We got the cap reslotted. I'm going to have to do the fuel tomorrow. I wasn't even aware that that was possible. I thought there was something that broke off that string. And sure enough, not the case. Fixed. Hopefully, I won't have to ever worry about that, because now I'm going to double check, triple check to make sure that damn cap is on there good. Oh, I guess scrolling back through the chat quick to make sure there's nothing I missed. Craig's Cord Cold wanted me to start the chainsaw. Yeah. That, I don't think. That I wouldn't be doing. Even if I was home alone. Because I would accidentally cut my cord over here, or these cords, or something. So, all right. Next, what is it? Yeah, next Friday. Again, tune in, because there will be a few fun things happening. I guess on the live stream I can say giveaway. It's just in videos. In videos, I found it's not good to say that giveaway word, but yeah, next week, start thinking of your number. Start thinking of your numbers. You just don't know where the range is going to be. I might have to increase, instead of 1 to 40, I might have to make it like between 1 and, I don't know, 80. But don't enter them now. Yeah, well, that's what I would forget to do. I'd forget to have the chain brake on. You gotta remember, you're dealing with the hobbyist here. The hobbyist who now knows how to fix the oil cap. Yeah, Colleen, how are you doing? Yeah, next week we're supposed to get some snow, I think, as well. We had a little bit on, what was it? Or we were supposed to get, we had a winter storm come through on Tuesday. And of the 2 to 4 inches forecasted, we got maybe half an inch. And that was it. Very, very disappointing. Disappointing amount of snow. So maybe next week. Yeah, because I think snow is coming Monday. Yeah, I think we're supposed to get snow Tuesday. But not too much because we have to drive down to the farm on Thursday. Turkey Day next week. Yes, the small, securely mounted. Oh, WD-30. All right. Well, what time? Oh, hang on. I gotta get something for the send off here. Amanda, I think, was out walking the dogs when I went down to get the saw. So when I go back down, with it, she's probably going to wonder, what the hell was I doing up here? Okie dokie. WD-30. Settle down. The Eagles were given a huge blessing from the officials last week. So don't be talking any smack. Well, with that, everyone, enjoy your weekend. If you're going hunting, stay safe out there. And we probably won't see you till after Thanksgiving next week on Black Friday back here. So have a safe, enjoyable, and happy Thanksgiving with your family and your friends. And with that, I am going to call it a night. For number, what the hell are we here? 315, I think it was. 315 will come to an end. So everyone, thanks for tuning in. Glad you're all here hanging out, kicking off your weekend. And again, enjoy your Thanksgiving. And we'll see you next week for Black Friday. Cheers, everyone. Good night.
Down